Matt, you're on the Michael Berry Show.
Hey, Michael, I got a question for you real quick. I'm going to try to make this as easy as I can. You were mentioning yesterday the lady had the prenatal care question.
Uh-huh.
And you were talking to her about...
Are you Matt, the taxi driver?
Yes, sir, I am.
I remember. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, hey. You were mentioning about the death panels and all that, you know, and if you had a grandparent that was like, say, 80 years old and she needed a heart transplant or something like that, you know, that Obamacare would deny her, right?
Sure.
Well, okay, here's the question I have to ask you, though. You know, remember when they had HMOs, right?
Yeah.
And if the HMO, they didn't find you worthy of having that heart transplant, would they also deny you?
Okay, I'm sorry, say that again?
If you had an HMO, right, and you needed a heart transplant, and they found that it would not be economically feasible for them to pay for your heart transplant, wouldn't they also deny you?
Well, Matt, nobody is saying that it used to be the case that any procedure that anyone wanted was always approved and paid for. Nobody's ever suggested that. But an HMO could not deny your claim on the basis of economic viability of their assets. It had to be within a system, right? But nobody ever said that HMOs, nobody ever accused them of having death panels. Look, we all want more health care than we can possibly afford. I don't know about you, but I do. I mean, people would have cosmetic surgeries if we could cover it. They would have every cosmetic surgery known to mankind. That every woman would get fake boobs and a tummy tuck, get some shaved off the butt, and if probably ought to get some off the thighs while they're at it, and a few of them off the calves. Lots of Asians get these eyelid lifts because they don't want to have slanted eyes. That was a big thing a few years ago. There are all sorts of purely cosmetic, non-health-related issues that people would undertake if they could get it paid for. Economics is the allocation of scarce resources. There will always be a greater demand for services than there will be the ability to meet them. That's going to be the case. Everybody would like to drive a Rolls Royce. Everybody would like to have a 15,000 square foot house. Everybody would like to have a private jet. The marketplace did not support that happening. At some point, you didn't pay enough to get that. And look, if you were paying, I don't know, $183 a month, there is no reason to believe that you should get a $3 million surgery. That's not what your insurance covered in the first place. You should get what you paid for. Your coverage gave you not a lottery ticket, but insured against an expensive procedure that you would not be able to pay for out of pocket at that time. Insurance is not the delivery of health. Insurance is a financial instrument. It is insuring against something that you would not have the money to pay for at that moment. Nothing more, nothing less. The concept of insurance is rather basic. It does not assure every procedure you would want to have. Hope that makes sense.